So over a year ago now, I uploaded a video called I spent 200 plus hours on this. This in question, I actually only talked about for the first 5 minutes of the video, and the rest of it was just a portfolio showcase of my ArtStation. This video I wanted to dedicate it to this piece of work that you can see me holding up here, because I felt it really wasn't justified for me to just kind of skim over it. It is an extremely detailed graphic piece I did on an A1 size piece of paper with a really thin graphic liner. I started it in 2020 or 2021 and I finished it in 2025 January, I believe. And it really traveled with me everywhere. It was in Lithuania, in England, and who I dedicated it to from the very beginning was my nephew. It was in honor of his first birthday. Obviously, it ended up being like his third or fourth birthday. Unfortunately, right now I don't have it with me physically anymore because I did obviously gift it to my sister. It's hung up in their house in a hallway, and it's really beautiful. It's framed. I love it. But I do have a digital version that I'm going to go through with you, and we're going to kind of delve in and explore, because there's a lot of Easter eggs that you wouldn't be able to pinpoint yourself. On my ArtStation, you will find all these posts, which I went through in that video, but we're going to be focusing on this illustration right here. I titled it Dirvoje, which in Lithuanian means in the soil. So based on the name, you can imagine that all of this kind of chaos represents earth, the dirt, the soil, and there's this branching root, this white silhouette that's encompassing kind of all of it, and it's taking nutrients from it and growing into something new. So it's kind of all tied up into a little metaphor, how I explained it's for my nephew who's going to be kind of growing up and looking at it, seeing new things in it. It's this plant that's rooted in the soil and it's also growing. When I first got the idea, I think I was just going to do it on an A3 piece of paper, which is just 2 A4s, but I wasn't going to chicken out, especially not for something that is so commemorative and very personal. And this was the instrument. Actually, this in particular, this was the last pen that I used, because obviously I went through a ton of them. Like, one of these isn't enough to fill out that whole paper, so I don't know how many I went through, but this was the last one I still have with myself. It is a Unipin fine line 0.1 millimeter pen. And I mean, why not give you a little demonstration, if you can imagine. Let's draw like a little wizard hat. And there we go, we have a little wizard guy. Anyways, so imagine doing little doodles like that, filling out this whole piece of paper, and then doing that 7 more times. So basically that's what it took to fill out this whole A1 piece of paper. If you go on my ArtStation, in the description, you will see this link to a OneDrive link where you will find a high resolution image of this, because not even ArtStation allows you to upload such a high quality file that really would have shown you all the details in the drawing that are there. On here, I do have a scanned version and I have a photographed version. What that means is the scanned one is like I went to the printer shop and I asked them to scan it for me, and they were like, really impressed by it, you know, not to toot my own horn, but they were like, wow, this is really impressive. Whatever, guys, like whatever. They didn't have like a scanner big enough for that paper, so they kind of did it in chunks and they had to like mesh it together. So it actually didn't end up being high quality, but it's seamless. So it doesn't have any seams, but it's not high quality. So I kind of went myself, I took separate pictures and I did the same thing just with photos. I stitched it together. This other file is high quality. You can see all the separate strokes. It's just that there's some misalignment in some areas. So now going into it, I will show you like where I started it, maybe some things more important here and there, but like the very whole of it, I still want to keep a bit of a mystery for you to go and explore yourself. It all started in the top left corner over here. I do not know exactly which was the first thing that I put down to paper. Maybe it was this meteor, maybe this face. But as you can see, I was just kind of starting out with these buildings, and I liked the idea of having these structures in the background which kind of are hidden, and you would maybe assume that they can connect with something else and they continue and expand, almost as if there's a whole hidden city and world in the drawing. You can see here an old-timey camera with a door in it, a cassette tape, some kind of fruit basket, little things here and there, a piece of poop, a cat's ass too. Interesting. This thing is like from a dream I had. I dreamt of this weird black blob that was spiky and it was gonna like hurt me. It was called a phantom, and then I wrote Fantomas. So I liked doing stuff like that as well. I liked hiding lettering inside the drawing as well. Here we have a little duckling in a pool with a hand reaching up to it to grab it, and he's saying "Bio," which means I'm scared. He's a little scared little duckling. Over here we can see a sign of the times. It's a Pfizer vaccine. Obviously my nephew wouldn't know much about that. Like, he would only learn about it later on in school, I'm guessing, which would make me feel so fucking old. I feel like a lot of the things here do relate to me and my interests, unfortunately, just because that's the easiest thing that I can like take inspiration from. But I did try to implement things like my nephew's carriage. So this is his baby carriage that I was looking at the time while I was drawing it. There was also like his little toys over here. He had this like teddy bear plushie, weird monkey toy, another plushie, another plushie, another plushie. I just put like a bunch of his toys in there, which he probably, I don't think he even has those anymore, to be honest, but I think this one was his favorite for a time. These things are fleeting, but they're kind of commemorated in this drawing. And then there's also Lisa Rinna Eminem, because that's also a classic. How can you ever forget that? We have Darth Vader and Yoda with like this helmet. This was a recommendation from my brother-in-law. I was just asking like what else I could draw in this, So obviously he, as the father, kind of put his 2 cents in here, so I drew that. It's kind of like a pretty big piece, this Darth Vader mask in here. Down in the bottom left corner, you can see a house. This is the house where I actually started this drawing. It's my grandparents' estate. I'm very fond of this house. It's a source of a lot of my inspiration. Obviously, here it is portrayed a little abstract. It has these like folk patterns on the roof and the walls. So of course I wanted to commemorate that because my nephew goes there as well now, and he loves being out there as well, and it's really sweet to see. Over here you can see little soot sprites. I have them tattooed. It's like one of my very first tattoos that I got. Here you can see this flower, which is from my sketchbook that I adapted for my tattoo design, which somebody else did on me. So this whole drawing started out on this left portion, and at the beginning I was kind of going down continuously. I was just drawing from a single point, let's say. But then as I was moving right, I actually started kind of dotting out separate bigger pieces here and there, just so that it would be a little less intimidating, because obviously kind of slowly filling it out was becoming a little daunting for me. So I wanted to see like bigger pieces, blank pieces of the paper filled out before I really got to them. In this portion, I was getting a lot of inspiration from a Ghibli movie called Howl's Moving Castle. If you look at any images of Howl's bedroom, you will see all these intricate instruments and tools that he has, and I basically just drew them. This face that you see over here is actually a deity called Saulė. It's the goddess of the sun in Lithuanian paganism. I basically just took it from this book. Here it looks like a random pattern, but I actually took it from this book, like this portion right here. Down here as well, there's this little statue of, who is that actually? This kind of statue that I just copied as well. It's a stone woman. So I was taking inspiration from a lot of things. I think you can also recognize a Korok from Zelda if you game a little bit. You're a bit of a gamer. You can recognize Plankton. But there's also characters I made up myself, like this dude who's getting sucked into a black hole and he's kind of stretching out. You can see his bones. He's got like guts and intestines over to this like bulbous glass protrusion from his chest. And something you're not really able to tell in this picture, but obviously because I was moving so much with this drawing, it ended up developing a lot of wrinkles and creases. So at the very bottom here, you can see a little text box that says Raukšlės ir plyšiai dalis istorijos, which in Lithuanian means wrinkles and tears are part of the story. So in that way, I'm acknowledging that, of course, those things are part of the story of the whole piece, of the passage of time and something changing. And yeah, we have a lot of fun little things. We have a portrait of my friend taking a big fat shit in this like weird shower, and there's this staircase which actually wraps around. Over here, you can see there's a fragment of the staircase that kind of starts here, and you can see it come back here. So this plays into that thing, like I mentioned, how I want it to feel like it's kind of going deep somewhere, and then it maybe resurfaces and you see it. somewhere else. I'll show you some bits that I personally like myself. This little character here is pretty neat. It's from Lilo and Stitch. That character pops up here again. We can see Courage the Cowardly Dog. I used to love Cartoon Network, so I did a little tribute to that. Unfortunately, that won't be a part of my nephew's life because he's watching AI Slop. So that's really cool. Maybe I should have drawn something AI. Fucking Tung Tung Sahur. Obviously that wasn't the thing at the time, but whatever. I think he's gonna even grow out of that. Like, what is he gonna know? What are like the things he's gonna remember from his childhood going to be? Like, I don't know. Because otherwise a lot of this stuff might just be really obscure for him. Like, we have Dragon Ball. Maybe he would get into that. We actually have an Eva from Evangelion, which technically the largest thing in this drawing. It is partially covered by the branches. And I mean, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Obviously, if you look at the drawing, there's a face.
There's a man in back of this place.
It's actually not a man, it's a woman. It's this artist that she pops up on my feed from time to time. I think her handle is I'm Roy or Imroy. I don't know how to pronounce it. She's a Ukrainian artist who lives, I believe, in Germany now. And she just dresses really eclectically, let's say, but I just really love the style. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I just did her portrait here with this like look that she had in the video that I was taking it from. It's like this kind of crazy hat. I did a third eye on her because if you zoom out, it was just kind of like her big white forehead, so I had to put an extra eye in there. We have a little tribute to the Three Body Problem, a novel series I really loved at the time, and I finished it so quick. I ate those books up. If you know the show, Three Body Problem, do not watch the show, I beg you. Please just read the books, because the show butchered the series completely, because it's based on like Chinese characters and culture, and the show is literally set in Britain, and it's like, oi lad, fucking, it just doesn't make sense. It's so awful. It's bad. It's awful. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about that. That's going to make me really mad. Another thing I like is this bedroom. We have this flooring. I like the pattern here with these intestines, I guess. I seem to have a thing for intestines. There's another guy over here trying to kind of hold his intestines, his insides together. This is actually a character here from Wizard 101, one of my childhood games that I love. Over here in the background, you can't really discern, but it's actually a little statue of Jesus. It's called Rupentuelis, which means, I'm assuming it's also a thing in other cultures, but it is known in English as the Pensive Christ. This is like some more pagan symbolism. It's of grass snakes. Grass snakes are very sacred creatures in Lithuanian paganism. But other cultures are included as well. We have a Japanese shrine over here. I really like how that turned out. We have Ramune, soda drink from Japan. If you want a different kind of soda, we have some Coca-Cola as well. Well, I don't know. We're kind of just like going around looking at whatever right now. Like, I'm talking about a lot of different things here, but let's now also delve into a bit of like the more maybe narrative side of things inside the drawing. So if we're gonna look into the more like hidden things that you wouldn't be able to see first glance or really understand, here in the bottom we have my signature. It's kind of hidden in all these bubbles. I like this tree over here actually. All the details kind of behind the branches, all this patterning. But if you will look deeper here, you will see some writing and this kind of graph showing you some kind of evolution happening. So it's something that starts here. It says born from ink, and it's these 5 eyes kind of coiling into each other. It then develops into this star form. It says formed by the creator and then led by stars. So it's these creatures that are born from ink, from the ink that I'm using. They're being formed by me, and they're being led by constellations. The stars, these sigils that you can see, are forming out of these like very minuscule little formulas there in the background. You can see like maths and all that. I don't know, there's some kind of nonsense going on there, but this is a reoccurring little character in the drawing. It's called a Xiaomyu. He's actually flying through here in the drawing. You also have another one here at the very bottom, and you will notice he's like charging towards this other person who is splattered on the ground. And this is another character that shows up in the drawing in random places. He's introduced up here. So he's called a mimis. He has a little tail, which he uses as an eraser. He is supposed to be a pencil. You can actually see him over here. So he's like waggling his tail. He's erasing part of the drawing. You can also see him running on this Beetlejuice worm thing. Some of them are like living up here. One of them is like shouting, "Hey, look out, there's a killer in the house." You know, see one with like a knife inside. This one's like confused what's going on. Then down here we can actually see two of them getting married. There's a little text box as if it's like a game. He's saying "Milmiu mirimi." So they have like their own little language because they're called mimis. They talk kind of with me, like the sound me. So "Milmiu mirimi," she's saying me, yes, of course I do. And then you can see them engaged by this gate. So she's got the ring on her head because it obviously doesn't fit. She's a pencil. And unfortunately, these pencil guys do not get along with the ink aliens. You can see here they're kind of standing across each other, cross-side. They're declared enemies. It says "Prieshe," which means enemies. So Mimi is made out of graphite, Xiaomiu is made out of ink, and they kind of battle with each other. So you can see one kind of charging here towards the other. So that's just like some bizarre lore I decided to implement into the drawing. I guess they're like two little mascots of this artwork, you could say. I don't think they show up anywhere else except for the spots that I showed you, which in retrospect I wish I like drew more of them. Like maybe I drew like a set amount, 30, and then I asked my nephew to like take a picture whenever he finds one, because that would have been fun. You know, there would have been like a reason to like search around. Oh, actually we do have another one over here. We see a pencil getting sharpened and he's looking at it kind of like with his face chopped off. And one of my favorite details that I want to show you that you can easily miss is right over here in this nook of the branch. It's my hand, and it's actually also replicating my tattoo that you see on my arm. I'm getting the outline of the branch. Here's like a bizarre reference. It's these two characters that you see over here. They're Drew and Enya from Emergency Intercom, the podcast. I like bought their plushies. These were only like recently released. They weren't in plushie form at the time, but these are just like their characters. I was listening to their podcast, I think probably 80% of the time as I was working on this project, so I decided to include them in some way. You can see Enya, her character, has like a dialogue option as if it's a game to either lie, slap Drew, or serve. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. I don't want to lose myself too much here. Obviously, there's still a lot more to explore, but you can check that out yourself. If you follow the link in my description to my ArtStation, check out this illustration. Go to the OneDrive link in particular, because that's when you will see the highest resolution file of it, so you can really see all the details. But before you do, don't leave yet. I want to play a little game with you, or just with myself, I guess. So my boyfriend kind of suggested that I make this video. When I was showing him this drawing and talking about all the details, he was like, "Oh, I didn't know that. You know, you should make a whole separate video talking about all these little things." But then we played a little game where I said, you name a random thing, an object or whatever, and I will just try to pinpoint it in the drawing as fast as I can, because obviously I have spent so much time looking at it that I'm basically acquainted with a lot of the stuff that's in it and where it is. So it's just kind of like this funny thing of how fast I can pinpoint something out. Okay, so I pulled up a word generator website. I will generate 10 words and I will give myself 15 seconds to find the hidden object. Let's generate a word now. Socks. Start the timer. Okay, I need to find socks. Did I draw socks? I feel like just showing a character with boots on would be kind of cheating, but... well, shit, I lost. I don't want to give myself too much time, because, I mean, I could have just like zoomed in right there. Like, he has socks. Look, not even she's wearing socks. My friend's fucking bare-legged on the toilet. Okay, that's too easy. Let's do another one. A ship. That's also too easy. Well, maybe that's the point, is that I'm so good at this that you would be like, where is there a ship? There's a ship right here. This is a ship. Like the cockpit, I guess. Oh my god, there's another little guy here. He's the captain. Look, he has a trident. See, I guess there are a lot of... I think that is the last one, though. I don't think there's any more of them. Okay, maybe I should try, because these are easy words. Let's do hard. A cello? Wait, there is an instrument. Wait, is that a cello? That's like a cello? I think I got it. Like, there's no way. All right, let's go for the next one. A startup. Let's do another one. Vanilla. Okay, let's go. Vanilla. What can be vanilla? Ice cream? What? Wait a minute. Vanilla. There's milk. There's milk. I think my boyfriend said the same thing. He was like, find me ice cream, and I couldn't find ice cream. Shit. No, milk is not vanilla, is it? Milk is not vanilla. I think if I found some kind of ice cream, that would have been good. But I don't even know if I have ice cream. It's just crazy. Of all things, you're like, if you're drawing a drawing of like a million doodles, one of the things is bound to be a fucking ice cream cone, isn't it? Okay, fourth word, a carpenter. Oh, wait a minute. I can be kind of cheeky about it. This statue of Jesus, right there in the background that I was talking about. Jesus was a carpenter. A vitamin. Okay, let's find the vitamin. Pills. So I'm thinking like pills. There is a pill. Oh, but it would be like one of the first things I drew. A pill. Pfizer there. There's a pill here. Fuck, I didn't find... I know there's a pill here. Because I even wrote pilule, which means little pill in Lithuanian. I even wrote it. Oh my god, there's another one. Look. Because I was like... I didn't draw one of a pencil killing one of the ink guys, but I did. There's no more than that, I swear. No, there is a pill. Like, what? Maybe what, looking like that? Oh my god, there it is. There it is. This is the pill. Dripping. That's pretty easy. There's a lot of dripping stuff. Is there? Okay, well, Coca-Cola bottle is like splashing and dripping out, right? But it's not dripping, it's like splashing. It's dripping. The organ's dripping out. I could have just said that. I didn't get that one. Seventh word. Learn. Okay, that's pretty easy. He's learning. That's learn. Next word will be parking garage. What? Okay, wait. This. Now, hold on a minute. It is a spaceship. It is a spaceship, but it is like a spaceship parking garage. Next word is bookend. Oh, so is a bookend one of those things that stops like a book? So it's like, it would be a bookshelf, wouldn't it? Like, that's a bookshelf. I don't know if there was like a bookend in it. It's kind of the best thing I can think of, really. Whatever. Next word is a mast. Like a ship's mast. Located somewhere here. I don't think I did. I don't think I drew the mast of a ship. All right, let's change it to really hard. I will do 2 more words and we'll end the video off. A cutlass. Let's go, fucking easy. A dagger, a cutlass. Here. There we go. That's such a cutlass. It even has like the sweep of the blade. Okay, one last word. It's gonna be a sleet. Why do I keep... What is a sleet? Oh, it's the weather. It's like moist snow. Okay, well, shut up. What? How the fuck am I gonna find sleet? Okay, let's do one last one. And it's gonna be funhouse. No, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I feel like I could have just done that if I was running out of ideas what to draw. Just pull up a random word generator. I didn't even draw a circus. Oh my god, look. There's a Joker. I would have passed that for funhouse. Actually, I also would have maybe passed this marble maze as a funhouse. That looks like something crazy. Anyways, that was just a bit of fun. Thank you for checking it out with me. If you're gonna check it out yourself, it would be cool if you found some things that stick out to you and you let me know in the comments what you see, what you saw, what you find. Anyways, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And though this is kind of cliche to say, like and subscribe, but like actually, because I need some fucking something, bro. Like, come on. If you like this video, if you like what I do, what I did, what I work on, what I do, leave a like. You know, it helps with engagement. Maybe the algorithm will like bow. You know, I'm like, so, you know, help a dude out. Help a dude out if you want more people to see works like these. Human-made works, right? Because now I'm pulling the AI card, like, oh, guys, support me because I don't use AI. No, but that's true. Because now more than ever, we gotta stay true to our human spirit and how much work and skill we put into the things we work on, yeah? Because because I support little artists myself. I go on TikTok, I'd be scrolling, I'd be liking, I'd be commenting, I'd be making sure I'm supporting and uplifting little creators. I'm giving you just a little sob story, but love ya, see ya, bye bye.